Okay.
No, we don't need books. No books. No books tonight. It's going to be. Um, when service is started, we can't do that anymore. I know you know. What? N-A-W-I-C. Yes. Very good. And sometimes I smile.
Okay, so I've got the girls are going to do these responsive readings. So if you would come up here, I'll just say, after the Ve'ahafta, I'll just say, I'm going to have Ross come up and lead us in this. So you're just going to, yeah. So see, if you want to read through it real quick, you can do that. Make sure it's not really, it's not too hard. It's easy. Okay, you good?
Yep.
Alrighty. Awesome. No, I can just call you up. Okay? Are we close? Okay. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
So you don't need prayer books tonight because we're on the screen. I've done another one of my creative PowerPoints, as it were. It's because actually tonight is kind of a special night. Not only is it Shabbat Shirah, which is the singing of the Song of the Sea, which we're going to actually get to see tonight because Terry Berman is here and he can lift the Torah, and I'll show you what I'm reading. But it's also Tu B'Shvat was yesterday, hence the tree. So I was going to do a Tu B'Shvat Seder tonight, but it was an awful lot to kind of combine into one thing. So I said, we'll just throw in some tree things. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So we're going to begin our service with the singing of Inch by Inch, Row by Row. So hopefully you've heard this. It's basically a folk song. So I'm channeling my inner folk music lately. And we did Peter, Paul, and Mary a couple weeks ago, and now we're doing, I think this is maybe Pete Seeger, I'm not sure. But anyway, so because this is all about the planting season in Israel. We don't think of planting necessarily, certainly up where I hail from. We're thinking about the covering of the snow, preparing the ground for the planting that will occur in April. But in Eretz Israel, it's a little bit different. The season is a little bit different. So we're going to think about planting and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't know it, it's easy to catch on to. So, all right. I've got something for you to read later, okay? Can I call you up? Okay, cool. It's easy. It's not Hebrew. Don't worry about it. Okay, and you're going to come up with Sarah because Sarah said, I'm not going up without Zoe. So, all right. So let's inch by inch, row by row. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds, picking stones, man is made of dreams and bones. I feel the need to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Rain for rain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music from the land. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Larry, how's it sound? This is Larry Feinberg's guitar. That's why I was saying. Uh-huh. All right. At this time, it is my pleasure to invite my dear friend, Linda with a Y, up to kindle the Shabbat candles. The owning that we had this evening, the lovely owning, I might add, is in honor of Linda and John's anniversary. So, how many years?
45, sleeping with the same man.
Oh my gosh! Mazel tov. Well, we appreciate it. Sleeping with the same man. Who knew? Who knew that was a thing? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Thank you, my darling. All right. So at this time, I'd like to invite Sarah and Zoe to come up because we have a responsive reading. We've actually got two. Sarah's going to lead the first one, then we're going to do the Baruch Hu, and then Zoe's going to lead the second one. They didn't know this until just a few minutes ago. Surprise. Okay, Sarah, you're up.
Shabbat is a place place where time and space meet without questioning how the beginning began or how the ending ends.
Shabbat is the place.
Where song and silence meet, blessing each other with the gift of rest.
Shabbat is the place where dreams and angels meet, yearning together for a world of peace.
Shabbat is the place where all is. At this time, all who are able, please rise for the Baruch Hu. As we sing, am I awake? Am I prepared? I'm always, the prepared part's always in question for me, but I think I'm awake. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayers? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Bayed Le'olam Bayed. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Okay, Zoe, you're up next. And by the way, these are pictures that I took in, some of them in England, of trees. Who knew? You're going to read that and that. Okay.
As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed.
As we bless the
source of life, so we are blessed.
Our blessings give us strength and make our visions clear.
And our blessings give us peace and the courage to dare.
Very good. You are dismissed. We got to get them up here more. They're going, no, no. So, and now we sing that our song for the evening that speaks of the miracle of day and night, rolling dark into light, light into dark, roll into dark. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. And now the watchwords of our faith, the Shema, and feel free to close your eyes and let the words just wash over you as you recite them. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu,
echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malachuto Leolam Vayed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malachuto Leolam Vayed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. You may be seated. And please join me in the chanting of the Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavecha u'b'kol nafshecha u'b'kol me'odecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzafecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derek u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kashartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot bein einecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisha'arecha leman tizkaruhu va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedushim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem emet. At this time, I would like to invite Ross to come up, waving at the crowd as he comes up. Get you a little bit closer to the microphone. There we go. You are. Yeah, you got it. You got it. All right, there we go.
They say cold feet are a sign of toning back, the failure of a tonal will. But I say it can be the other way. The body's anticipation of things to come. Whether demons are nipping at your heels or gnawing within, here's the thing. Settle quietly, close your eyes, then take the most deliberate deep breath, as though it were the very first God's breath. And when you can feel it penetrate every bit of your being, making the rest of your life possible, you open your eyes and take that first step into the sea of weeds. Waddled feet are just the price of coming home.
Nice. Thank you. Nice. I love when the kids come up and read. They rock. All right. So, our redemption. And this is kind of what the theme of tonight's service is all about, is redemption. And we're going to be singing this particular piece is going to be found in our Torah portion this evening. So, you'll have to listen for it. Stay tuned. All right. So we're going to do Micha Mocha. Okay, it's the echo. I'm going to have you echo back at me. Micha Mocha Ba'elim Adonai Micha Mocha Nedar B'Kodesh Nohora Tehilot Oseh Vele Nohora Tehilot Oseh Vele Mi Mika mocha nedar bakodesh Nora tehilot Ohose Fele Nora tehilot Ohose Fele. I love listening to you guys. It's great. All right. Responsively, please. Wrap me in fog, in fleece, in cashmere. Wrap me in the wind. Hold my essence, that which is me. I sit in a redwood grove, soft in the mulch, the forest floor. This centered self, this whole of me.
Stay with me today. Stay with me through evening as I sleep. Stay through the brilliance of dawn.
My essence in the shelter of your peace. I tell you, you get the rookies back in the pit, you know. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I know. And I've spent time with Larry lately, and it's not good. All right. I'm really glad we don't have cell phones up here. All who were able, please rise for the tefillah. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanorah El Helyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Bekonei Hakol V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'Nehem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'ezrat Sarah. Please be seated. And we read a prayer of thanks responsively. For all that is good in my life, for my health and well-being. Bless you, Adonai, for all that is good in our lives, for the opportunities to help others.
To learn, to grow, to be what each of us wants to be.
Bless you, Adonai, for all that is good in our lives, for our friends, long time and new.
For our willingness to share and to be there for each other.
Bless you, Adonai, for all that is good in our lives.
For the beauty of the changing seasons, for the wealth in nature.
Thank you, God, for all you have created.
Bless you, Adonai, for all that is good in our lives.
And at this time, we offer our prayer for peace, and we ask God to grant abundant peace to peoples all over the world, places where there is no peace. And I will tell you that this picture is actually taken in my backyard up north, and those are oranges that are nailed to the tree for the Orioles. So if you can't figure out what those are, I realize that really looks kind of weird. But anyway, those are orange slices, and it attracts Orioles, so in Baltimore, the orchard Orioles and stuff. So anyway, that's what that is. Yeah, it is really cool. I'm not gonna lie. Indiana's got some cool stuff. Florida's got cool stuff. Indiana's got cool stuff too. Just saying. All right, our prayer for peace. Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amaka, Tasihim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amaka, Tasihim Leolam. Ki atahu Melech Adon, Lekol HaShalom. Ki atahu Melech Adon, lekol ha-shalom, shalom rav, al Yisrael amaka, tasihim leolam, shalom rav, al Yisrael amaka, tasihim leolam, v'tov be'enecha levarek, et amaka Yisrael, b'kol het ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. At this time, please take just a moment to pray the thoughts and prayers of your heart to the God of your understanding. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'himru, amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'himru, amen. At this time, we are ready for Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the reading of the Torah on this Shabbat. And I'm going to ask Jeff Fishkin to come up, and you're going to come up and help me too. Not just the Aliyah, you got to help me too. Come on up. You didn't know that, right? Yeah. Yeah, you'll learn to go with it. So please rise as the ark is opened. That's okay. Assemble the people, men, women, and children, and the strangers in your cities to hear, to learn, to revere Adonai your God, to observe faithfully the words of this Torah, and let their children who do not yet know it hear, that they too may learn to revere Adonai your God. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlul Adonai iti, Unromama Shemo Yakdav, Lecha Adonai Hagedula, V'Hagevura, V'Hatiferet, V'Hanetzach, V'Hahod, Ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, Ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, Lecha Adonai hamamlacha, V'mit na'aseh l'kol rosh. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol haneshama to Hallelujah, Hallelujah, hallelujah. Kohan Shema, to hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You may be seated, and you may stay up here. You may not go anywhere.
Okay.
All right, so this week's Torah portion is called Bishalach, and this is actually it's called Shabbat Shirah, which is the Song of the Sea. And this week's Torah portion has in it a song that Moses wrote after they successfully crossed the Sea of Reeds. And Miriam actually wrote a song too. And many think that she actually was the author of this particular poem, but hey, Moses was our main man, so he got the credit. But that's okay, it doesn't matter. So they were celebrating the successful, easy for me to say, crossing of the Sea of Reeds. So, and this particular Torah portion has a different melody to the chant. So some of it you'll hear me do the same way that I usually do, but every once in a while there will be a little bit of a change in the melody, and I'll point it out. And there's also one of our prayers is in it, and I'm going to chant it tonight. So see if you can pick it out. All right, and I ask Jeff to do our Aliyah for us this evening.
You ready?
Ready.
Baruch et Adonai Havorak.
Baruch Adonai Havorak Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Havorak Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher borkabonu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. I have to cheat with this one because I can't remember the melody. So anyway. Ahaz Yashira Moshe Uvnei Yisrael Et Hashira Hazot Ladonai Ve'amru Le'mor. And the melody's going to change. Ashira Ladonai Ki Ga'ogaha Sus V'rakbo Rama Bayam O Ziv Zimratia Bayehili Lishua Zeli Ve'anvehu Elohei Aviv Aroma Menhu Adonai Ish Milchama Adonai Shemo. And back to normal. Markavot Paro V'chelo Yara Bayam Umivchar Shlisham Tubu V'yam Suhuv Tehamod V'yas Yumu Yardu Vimtzolod Kemo Aven. Back to our other melody. Yamin Ka Adonai Nedari Bakoak Yamin Ka Adonai Tirats Oyev. Uvrov Kaha Taharos Kamecha Teshalach Karon Kaha Yoklemo Kakash Uvruha Kapecha Ne'ermu Mayim Nitzvu Chemovnei Nozlim Kafu Tehomot Belev Yaham Amaro He Oyev Erdof Asik Achelek Shalal Timla Emo Nafshihi Ari Karbihi Tori Shemo Yadihi Neshav Tarechucha Kisamo Yam Tzaluk Oferet Bayim Aderihim Micha Mocha Bailim Adonai Micha Mocha Nedar Bakodesh Nora Tahilot Ose Feled. Did that sound familiar? Natita Yamin Kaha Tivlaimo Aretz Nachita V'chastecha Amzug Altcha Neherta Chazka Elnevekad Shekha.
Baruch Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher notaronu Torat emet v'kayei olam natan v'tokenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher Koach. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So before we actually, I'm going to actually have this lifted up so you can see it here in just a second. But yeah, cool. And you can actually see it. That's what it looks like in the Torah. But you're actually going to see the Torah here in just a moment. But this time, when we have the Torah out in our midst, we want to think of all those people in our community and our family and friends that are in need of healing. Healing of body, healing of spirit, and perhaps today they're in need of both. We're thinking of all of those that are still recovering from their wounds in the terrorist attack in Israel and continue to be attacked. We're thinking also of James Baton, Alec Brooks, Celia Grossman, Libby Kahn, Diana Lando, Diane Levine, Lori Licker, Penny Marcus, Donnie Levy, Janet Rosenblatt, Stephen Roth, Stuart Rossinger, Alan Schoenfeld, Diana Vanden Bogard, Kim Hill, Karen Dennis, Pete Taddy, Fran Hertz, Lynn Hertz, Jeffrey Wallach, and I'm also thinking about Lou Fanwick, and we also are thinking about Michelle Perlman at this time. If there are other, and also Terry Ginsburg. So if you have other names, if you would like to say them aloud, please feel free at this time.
Linda Single and Laura Delgado. Amy Tarkowski.
Thank you.
Ethan Needlemeyer.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is there anybody on the live stream, Mike?
Yes, Jack Canterbury.
Thank you. We think of all those people, we take them into our hearts as we sing Refuah Shlema by Rachel. Maybe. Adonai yishlach, yishlach lahem, refuah shlema. Yishlach, yishlach lahem, refuah shlema. Refuat ha-nefesh, refuat ha-guf, Benomar Amen. Refuat ha-nefesh, refuat ha-guf, Benomar Amen. And at this time, I would like to invite our Hagbah person, Terry Berman, to come up and lift the Torah for us so you can see what was read this evening. This is the coolest part of the Torah. It absolutely is. All right. Yeah, right there. V'zot ha-Torah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. And remain standing as we return the Torah to the ark. Hodo eretz v'shamayim b'yarem keren le'amo tehila l'kol chasidav lifnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. hallelujah, hallelujah. I tell you. It's kayim hi lemachazikim ba betomekeha mehushar dereha darkei noam bekol nativoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai Eleka v'nashuva Kadesh, Kadesh Yameinu, Kadesh Yameinu, Keke. Damn. Please be seated. You're going to have to forgive me. So I think it was Larry Rodriguez and I, we were talking about how to change, get them to change slides, and I guess there was a time when someone who shall go nameless had some kind of a device that they kept stepping on, and it wouldn't do anything. That's all I could think of was I need to get that device to step on it. I'm sorry. It just happens sometimes. I can't help it. Anyway. All right. As I compose myself. All right, well, Shabbat Shalom again, everybody. If we can't laugh, it just, it's just not worth it. We gotta laugh. Anyway, so this is Shabbat Shirah, or the Sabbath of Song, the Song of the Sea, which I read for you this evening. Hopefully you could kind of hear the difference in the melody. I think it's absolutely beautiful, that it goes back and forth. I did it with another rabbi one time, that he actually chanted one part of it, and then I chanted the Song of the Sea part, and we went back and forth. And everybody said it was one of the coolest things. So now I need to find a partner in crime. Zoe, next year, you're on. All right. Well, I've long been drawn to this portion of the Torah, not just because of the layout of the text with its brick and mortar appearance, but because of the beauty of the chant that is enfolded within it. So we've taken the Song of the Sea into our prayers as our song of redemption, which hopefully you recognize tonight, the Mika Mocha. It's an important tale, this tale that we tell every year at Passover, and so that each generation will know of our Exodus, which actually begins this evening in this Torah portion. So Moses leads the people out following a course that is not the most direct, because I'm not going to say it, that's sexist and I won't do that. But there were directions involved, let me just say. But there seems to be a strategy involved in the route that is taken. Was it to ensure safe passage across the Sea of Reeds by going to the safest place to cross? Well, it seems to have worked out for the best. And once they crossed the sea, they celebrated. Boy, did they celebrate. Moses wrote the Song of the Sea, or so legend has it, and Miriam wrote one as well. Many think she was the actual author of the passage, but in the end, does it really matter? They celebrated with song and musical instruments and dancing because God had helped them escape the tyranny of Pharaoh. Well, now I find it a bit curious that they were able to schlep along musical instruments and gold in their haste to leave, but not leavening for the bread. But I digress. Of course, they had no idea how long the journey was going to take. We do not know how long they camped by the sea following their victory, but I would guess the dead horses and drowned soldiers washing up on the shores would have been a good cue to move on, because the journey awaited. Now, many of us have taken family vacations with our children, or maybe remember when we were kids setting out on vacation in the family car, not knowing exactly where we were going and how long it would take to get there. We were told by our parents that it would take a while to get there, so please try not to fight and please behave yourselves. I can actually remember saying that to my children as we departed on a long journey. Of course, within minutes, someone says, "Are we there yet?" And soon another child says, "He touched me." And then the whining about food and being thirsty begins. And we're a half an hour from home. Thus it is with the children of Israel on a several year-long family trip with little food, a little water, and really no food to speak of. Did any of them ask, are we there yet? Yeah, probably. We know they whined about the lack of food and water, and even when they found water, it was found to be too bitter to drink. Well, Moses takes care of that after God sends him instructions on how to remove the bitterness from the water. After feeling refreshed from drinking this water, they were able to continue to a place with shade and water. However, I doubt the whining stopped there. In fact, we know it didn't. But the journey of the Jewish people begins at the Sea of Reeds. They do not yet know what lies ahead of them. They have Moses, Aaron, and Miriam leading them. Moses is a great leader with a really secure faith in God. He knows he will be tested from time to time, and that in likelihood he will occasionally fail. We're all tested from time to time in our faith, in relationships, in our workplaces. But our journeys, just as the Israelites, should be one of trust and faith, even through our tests. We're all on a continuous journey, but we must continue to trust the words of Torah. Like the brick and mortar of the Song of the Sea, will always be there to guide us on our journey. And perhaps along the way, we will even stop whining. Ken Yehi Ratzon, be this God's will. Now, at this time, we have a little musical thing for you, okay? So actually, next slide, please. We've got the chorus to this. This is called Miriam's Song. And it's just really a fun song to sing. I'm sure a lot of you have sung it before, but Holly is going to come up and sing it with me. And we haven't practiced it, but she assures me she knows this. All right? All right. So I hope that everybody at least join in the chorus of this. If you know the words, just try to mumble them along, just like we're going to do, right? Okay. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. And Miriam was a weaver of unique variety. The tapestry she wove was one which sang our history. With every strand and every thread she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit, she dances toward the light. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. When Miriam stood upon the shore and gazed across the sea, the wonder of this miracle she soon came to believe. Whoever thought the sea would part with an outstretched hand, and we would pass to freedom and march to the promised land. Join us. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced, they danced the whole night long. And Miriam the prophet took her timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice in song, she sang with praise and might. We've just lived through a miracle, we're going to dance tonight. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. Yeah. All right.
Thanks for the words. It's hard to read it and the lines.
I'll work on that.
Okay.
I'll work on that for next time. Yeah, we got a whole year, right? Well, at least till Passover. All right. All right. And on the next slide, all who are able, please rise for the Elenu, and we're going to read this together as I open the ark. Yeah, we got to get some tambourines, that's for sure, or actual timbrels. I think you can get them on Amazon. Please read together. It is our duty to praise the ruler of all things, to exalt the creator of the universe, who has not made us like other nations of the world, and has not placed us like other families of the earth, who has not made our destiny like theirs, or our lot like that of anyone else. So we bend the knee and offer worship and thanks to the supreme sovereign, the Holy One, who is blessed. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai Melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. And it is said, and it will be that God will be ruler over all the land. On that day God will be one, and God's name will be one. And you may be seated. The valley of the shadow of death is a tender place. It is a place of questions and things unsaid, and grace, and love, and depth, and sadness. My heart is open, my breath is gentle. I am tired and sleepless, so I sit by the still waters, and you are with me. God is with me. I shall not fear. We are thinking about the following, whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of whose death occurs at this time. We are thinking of the Challenger crew. Leonard Joseph Katzen, Lynn Kassler, Morris Berkowitz, Ruth Epstein Schifrin, Edith Randman Smith, mother of Joyce Shapiro, Gene Decker, the father of Patricia Siegel, Sylvia Bloomberg, the mother-in-law of Norman Bush, Hilda Gilbert, the mother of Sylvia Marsh, Samuel Silvermans, the grandfather of Stuart Rossinger, Scott Sweetman, the brother of Stephen Sweetman, Harvey Siegel, the father of Alan Siegel. And I'm also going to put in here Deborah Lynn Friedman, who we all know her music, even though this is actually not her yahrzeit. It was actually 2 weeks ago. But she passed away on January 9th when this particular Torah portion was read about 12 years ago. And everybody really remembers Debbie Friedman at the time of the singing of the Song of the Sea. Are there any other names that you wish to add? Please feel free to do that, Jeff. Thank you. If you are in mourning, or if it is your tradition, please rise for the mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutev yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayeh dekol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'zman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam olmei almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalef v'yitalal shemei dekudashah barichu la'ela min kol birkata v'shirata tushbakata v'nechamata da'amiram be'alma v'imaru, amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imaru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imaru, amen. Zikronom livracha, may their memories forever be for a blessing. Please be seated. And now it is with great pleasure that I invite our president, Mike Slotkin, to come and give us Shabbat greetings and announcements. I can't. Oh, I've got plenty.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
And Shabbat Shalom to those of you that are streaming in. First, lots of thanks for tonight, the Grill Masters, David Shores and Terry Berman. the kitchen crew, Harriet and Holly and Linda. Where's Cheryl at? Is she
She had to leave. She was not feeling well.
Cheryl's not feeling well.
Yeah.
Cheryl's back there, and Lynn helped out as well. Thank you very much. The AV crew.
Top notch as ever.
We're going to have to come up with a name, the Don't Quit Your Day Job AV crew. So, real quickly, we're going to have Torah study tomorrow morning. Members in the temple, non-members can Zoom in, and there is religious school this Sunday. And the other announcements are pretty much the same, and you can read them. I want to concentrate on a couple of things that are coming up, and I want you to think of the date, the 10th, okay? February 10th is a Saturday night, and I believe it's the first time we've actually had a Havdalah here in quite a while.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a targeted event, outreach event to the Bridgewater community, but everybody in the temple community is invited to this. We're starting at 5:30 or 6.
Yeah, and it looks like it's morphing into a dessert thing instead of a potluck.
Okay, so it's morphing into a dessert thing, but it should be a good event. All right, so that's February 10th, and that's a Saturday night. And then I want you to think about March 10th, because invitations are going out or have gone out today for the rabbi's investiture. I'm using the big word because I just had to go through Florida Tech president's investiture today. Okay, so the rabbi will be installed as our rabbi on the weekend of March 8th is the Friday night, and then March 10th is the big celebration at the Indian Atlantic Hilton, and you will be getting invitations in the mail in the next couple of days. You know, I have to ask you, we have some people that are here that aren't members. Do they get invitations?
I don't have them on the list.
Right,
but
so if you're not on the list and you're interested in this event, you're going to have to contact us.
yeah, just contact us.
Okay.
We'll let you in.
That's possible.
I'll let you in. I don't know about Mike, but I'll let you in.
Yes, and it'll be a great event. And then I think it's approximately 3 weeks from tomorrow, it's going to be Zoe's bat mitzvah.
Whoa.
And this is our first bat mitzvah. And actually, her cousin's going to be bar mitzvah with her. So it's a joint event, and this is going to be Saturday the 17th, I think, right?
Yeah.
But she'll be here Friday night as well, right? On Friday night the 16th?
No, they're not. No.
So Saturday the 17th, and it's open to everybody. Everybody's invited. Well, not everybody's not invited to the banquet afterwards, but everybody's invited to the ceremony. And that, again, that is our first B'nai Mitzvah of this year. So a lot of exciting things coming up in February and March. So please mark those dates down. And, you know, guys, we want to have a crowd bigger than 100 people at the Rabbi Investiture. So when you get those invitations, please consider attending that event. It's 5:30 on a Sunday, so it shouldn't interfere with like the kids' sleep schedule or anything like that. You know, for those of you that like drinking, there's a cash bar there. That should be fun. There's going to be a DJ there, right?
I hope. Yeah, he better.
So, great event. All right, so Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat
Thank
Shalom.
you.
Yeah, I'm going to put in one more plug, is that on February 9th, there's going to be a special Shabbat service here. It'll be a joint venture with Temple Beth Shalom, and it's called the Disability and Inclusion Shabbat. And it's put on by the Bureau of Brevard Jewish Inclusion Network. I never can get it right. But anyway, it's basically to talk about people with disabilities and you know, how we can include them and what we need to do to make sure that everyone is welcome and included. And the good folks from Temple Beth Shalom will be joining us in our sanctuary. And there's actually going to be 3 rabbis leading that service that night. Craig Mayers and I will be leading it, and one of our colleagues, who is also a cantor and a rabbi, is going to be visiting Rabbi Mayers, and so he's going to be here. So it's just going to be like a big party. But there'll be a lot of singing and a lot of readings. We're going to try to get Bennett Cannon to do some reading and a couple of other people and things like that, because we want to have everybody be included in this. So there will be more announcements about that. Yes, Lynn? No, everybody. Anybody that has a disability, right. Yeah. So, no, anybody that, and if you know of anybody that's Jewish that is, maybe has a, hearing impairment or visually impairment, or maybe, is walking with, with a cane or a walker, or just has some kind of a disability, something that's maybe a stumbling block for them, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. And I'm going to talk about, like how we've structured our sanctuary to be open to people, which I really love that. So anyway, stay tuned for that event as well. All right, with that in mind, since we are kind of celebrating, we could make Mike go away. Since we've really been kind of dovetailing Tu B'Shvat, which was actually yesterday, onto this, I'd like to close with the song Jerusalem of Gold, because it talks about the olive trees. And if you haven't seen it, we have an olive tree that was planted by our children last Sunday, and thanks to Larry Feinberg, who graced us with his presence and dug the hole and helped the kids plant the tree and put me in charge of watering it. And that's really been scary because I've got the key to the hose, and it's really scary. And I haven't killed it yet, so I think all is going well. So anyway, but if you have a chance, please go out and see my tree. It was kind of planted in my honor, but the kids were really the ones that did it. So anyway, so our closing song is Jerusalem of Gold. So if you know it, sing along with me. If not, you'll learn it. Okay. The olive trees that stand in silence upon the hills of time, to hear the voices of the city as bells of evening chime, the shofar sounding from the temple to call the world to prayer. The shepherd pauses in the valley, and peace is everywhere. Yerushalayim shel zahav, v'shel nekoshet, v'shel or, halol hakol shirayik, ani kinor. Yerushalayim shel zahav, v'shel nekoshet, v'shel or, halol hakol shirayik, ani kinor. And as we leave each other this evening, let us remember all the good we have in the world and treat each other with kindness. If we disagree, we disagree, but we can be kind. Always share kindness as if we're a challah made with love. May God bless you and keep you every moment, every day. May God smile at you and fill your heart in every way. May God help you find the goodness in everything you do. May you be blessed with peace from above. Shabbat shalom.